Supernatural Saturday, which is the addition and meditation portion of our weekly process. This is a follow-up to Shortcuts for Your Soul, which is a daily live show we do, not daily live show, 3 times weekly live show, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. YouTube channel that starts at 10 a.m. runs till 11 a.m. Today we have integrating ascension energies, because there's going to be a lot of ascension energy into this planet in the coming weeks. I mean, really intense. A few more, as you know, a lot of people were really tired and fatigued last week. It's because these ascension energies are coming in from the sun. You know, science measures them as gamma radiation and cosmic radiation. It measures them as X-rays. It measures them as high photonic movements with the reality. These are energies that organize and restructure matter. In the last analysis, that's what these energies being bombarding the Earth from the sun are to help us to reorganize consciousness here on this planet. This ascension process is underway and has been in deep earnest for the last few years. Started in the late 1980s with harmonic convergence, where a vibrational change was initiated through an alignment of all the planetary bodies. And again, there's a science behind all this that I don't want to get into at this time, because we're going to focus on doing the meditation day. How do you integrate these energies? Last week, a lot of people were feeling the fatigue and the tiredness, and there's a way to overcome that. The fatigue and the tiredness, I'm told, is when we have resistance to the transformation that's seeking to alter our genetic potential and our potential as a soul, to help us to transcend mind and matter in a unique and distinct way. The current movement on the planet today is to mute or to subvert conscious awareness of these ascension energies with fear and uncertainty. And that has been a very dominant energy on this planet over the last 2 years, to try and subvert this ascension process. But I'll tell you something about ascension. It is governed by an all-knowing intelligence. Some call it God, some call it Great Spirit. Doesn't matter what label you give to this intelligence. It is all-knowing, it is all-powerful, it is everywhere present. And one of the things I was told a few years ago is an all-knowing mind cannot make a mistake. An all-knowing mind cannot make a mistake. So no matter what the machinations of men or other beings from the planets or other dimensional beings, no matter what their contrivances are, an infinite intelligence, which is all-knowing, cannot make a mistake, because it will weigh and measure all the variables of itself simultaneously and act according to the needs of all facets of itself. But today's meditation will be very simple, getting you into a place of being able to not have resistance to these higher vibrational ascension energies. When there's resistance, there will be fatigue. Like when you lift a weight up and you push a weight up, the weight, depending on the weight, can be a really small weight, but if you're holding it long enough, it'll start to feel heavy. So when these ascension energies are coming at us from the sun, from the galactic center, from the other planets, as these ascension energies interact with our bodies, there will be the perception of fatigue. That's when you want to use this meditation process. It'll be very simple, very easy, is to release your resistance to these ascension energies, higher frequencies of energies. One of the things that's involved with releasing resistance is letting go of fear, letting go of anger, letting go of guilt, letting go of shame, letting go of criticism and condemnation, letting go of your attachment to those energies, so that the higher ascension energies can integrate, because all those other energies, the lower vibrational frequencies, are operating as resistance too. So when you find yourself feeling fatigue, it's because you got inner resistance to higher frequency energies of consciousness seeking to be integrated into your system. And you must allow these energies in. It has to be a conscious choice. You have to choose to consciously elevate yourself, to not be resistant to these higher frequencies. The Master Jesus says, many people are called, but few people actually choose. In reality, everyone is called and very few choose. Very few people are consciously choosing to evolve their consciousness beyond the localization of body-mind, which is just a one single minute reference point for your vast consciousness. Yeah, very exciting. Anyway, welcome everybody. I'm just going to share this out to a couple of groups that I'm part of, and it's important, if you can, share this information out, especially now in the next coming days. There's going to be huge ascension energies coming in starting Sunday evening. There's going to be a lot of ascension energy coming at us. And being able to be open at a higher vibrational frequency and receiving it, you can learn to literally let a lot of the old stuff just drop away from your consciousness. You can literally start letting all the old stuff fall away from you. You do not have to stay attached to your suffering. Suffering is optional. Suffering is now optional. So when the Divine Collective came to me this morning, they said it's really important that humans understand the process of integrating these ascension energies, because these ascension energies are higher frequency, much the same way as water on a stove. The higher vibration of heat causes the water molecules to get excited, and we see steam come off the water as it starts to heat up. The lower vibration is cold. When you lower the rate of the molecules down, the vibration of the water slows down and becomes ice. So too with your consciousness, the intelligence, the DNA in your body, they react to different frequencies of energy all of the time. And once you understand that, and then you can deliberately alter or change the frequency at which you're operating, and allow yourself to flow up. Sorry, I'm just a bit distracted as I should say. You allow yourself to start flowing up. Allow your consciousness to start to go up instead of staying down. Right? But you have to know how to allow it. You have to have no resistance. No resistance. Post that there. There we go. So how do you get rid of resistance to these ascension energies? Because all the fatigue, and it's been quite pronounced around the planet the last week and a half. Well, get ready, because it's going to begin again starting Sunday, where these higher level ascension energies, if you have less resistance to integrating and receiving these energies, you will not feel fatigue, you'll feel expansion. I'm going to repeat that. If you release your resistance to integrating these higher frequency energies, in other words, you have to let go of all your fear, your anger, all the emotional energies that keep you separate from love, peace, compassion, kindness, respect. As you release your resistance to those lower vibrational energies, the expansion that will happen for you in consciousness when you start to integrate these higher frequencies will be the same in reverse. If you were to stay connected to the lower vibrational frequencies, you'd be stuck and dense. But in these higher vibrational energies, you'll expand, liberate, and release. You'll be inspired, you'll be guided. There's so much information that's contained in these energies, not simply the transformative elements of raising the vibration of your body, raising the vibration of your emotional field, raising the vibration of your intellectual field, raising the vibration of your awareness, your soul, to a higher frequency of perception, right? Allows your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. They can start to open when you're not resistant to higher frequencies of energy. And so they said to me, it's really important that we do this simply. How do you release resistance? You release resistance by aligning your body to a state where it is non-resistant, getting it relaxed. Meditation is not a complex process, although it can be difficult if you're just beginning it for the first time. And we want to illuminate some simple things about meditation, in that as you liberate your body to relax, as you allow it to relax, and you continue to allow it to relax, in spite of its desire to want to stay in control of you, simply keep relaxing it. You will go through a process where your body will eventually trust you. It will trust itself to you when you say relax, let go, receive. Then at that point where your body surrenders to you and now it is relaxed, and now you as awareness are suddenly aware of your thoughts. Your body now has no resistance because it is relaxed and receptive to your awareness. Then you move your awareness up to where mind is, where thoughts and memories and concerns about the future, wondering what you're going to do today or what's happened before. Then you move into the realm of thought, the invisible realm, the second dimension of conscious thought. You move from matter to thought, the visible to the invisible. And up here you do the same thing. You still and quiet the mind and the emotions. Now the emotions are the bridge between mind and matter. Emotions are what allow mind to affect matter. I'm going to repeat that. Emotions are what let your mind affect matter. So when your mind and your body are still, your emotions become still. That stillness the Buddha calls the middle path, the quiet place, the peace that passeth all understanding, where you are not in mind, you're not in body, you are just being. And in that place, that's where you can begin to allow higher frequencies of energy to be received by you. Moses, when he went up to the mountain top, which was a place in his consciousness above matter, above body, above mind, to the top of the mountain where perception exists, and the light of God spoke to him. So you can rise above mind, you can rise above matter, and you can move into a state of awareness. And in that state of awareness, you can open your consciousness to higher vibrational information beyond what your 5 physical senses or your mental mechanism can afford you based on what it's been trained to believe is true or not true. And so our goal today will be very simple, to get you to enable your body to be relaxed and to keep it relaxed. Your body cannot train itself. Please understand this when we say this. Your body cannot train itself. It has very rudimentary function of procreation, intaking in nourishment, and eliminating toxins. It's very simple. Everything else your body does is done because it's been trained to do so by either yourself or your environment. So your body must be trained into relaxation. Some of you have told us that you cannot stop your mind from thinking, you cannot stop your emotions from going. And we know that this is only true because you continue to allow that process. You keep, in fact, feeding that process. But once your body is entrained by you to stay quiet and still, and you've got your mind, your thoughts, entrained to be quiet and still, because your mind too must be trained. Right now, most of you have let your mind be trained by this world, your televisions and your newspapers and what everybody else says and believes. Very few of you have trained your own mind. Your mind has been trained for you. And many of you feel like you're in a vehicle with no control. That is because you've given control over to something or someone else. So take control back. Take your mind back. Make it still. Make it quiet. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the thinker and the organizer of these things. Once you have trained your body and your mind to that place of receptivity and stillness, now you can begin to work on the dimensions beyond matter, beyond mind. You can then begin to interact with other dimensional beings. You can begin to integrate higher frequency of energies into your mind and body mechanism without resistance. So as these ascension energies, which are physically measurable by your sciences, they call them gamma radiation, cosmic radiation, and X-ray radiation, they call it many different names, but in the last analysis, it is still energy coming towards this system of the planet to alter and change certain functions of it, to interact with it. And if you have no resistance to this integration, your energy, your consciousness will begin to expand, adjust, and adapt to the coming changes that are occurring on this planet. Remember, your human collective is deliberately functioning in such a fashion to induce frequencies of energy that produce greater resistance, which in turn will produce more detrimental effects in time-space. Your fear is the greatest difficulty that your species faces right now. Your fear is the greatest difficulty your species faces right now. If you are unwilling to relinquish it, it will be transmuted, and only those of you that have no resistance to love, to light, to joy, will reap the benefits of this wondrous opportunity that faces all of you. But getting your mind and your body receptive to higher frequencies so that you as awareness can bring them in. Then, as awareness, you can move yourself anywhere. You can move yourself to the vibrational energies of the sun that are coming at you, and you can feel that the light, the heat, the energies that are perceivable and not perceivable can be integrated with your consciousness. You can feel them. You can move your awareness to the sun even now and allow that energy to come in without resistance. But many of you find your mind has definitions of what these things are, that this certain frequencies of energy are dangerous and destructive for you. Many of you believe that, and so it shall be, because whatever you believe in your mind will generate an emotional mechanism and response in your body, and your body will react to your belief as if what you believe is true, because it is conditioned to do what you tell it. And so we begin. We're going to get into a few questions and answers before the meditation. The Divine Collective are amazing beings. I mean, they're all amazing. I mean, there's so many opportunities for you to connect to wisdom and knowledge that's outside of what you've been taught. There's information available to humanity that you cannot find in this world or from another man, but exists within all of us. And meditation is the key, the doorway to learn to go through. And I got to tell you, there are lots of beings on this planet that have a vested interest in you not walking through this door. There's a lot of beings on this planet who have a vested interest in you staying stuck in the beliefs of fear that are continually perpetuated and bombarding you all the time right now. There are people who have a vested interest in you being in fear. For if you are not in fear, you'll be creating a very different world here. So we'll say very simply to you, you have an opportunity to learn something that is extremely simple and very beneficial. We'll do this, okay. Good morning, everybody. One of the things you can do if you want to support this this channel, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you want to support this work, go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. Your help would be greatly appreciated. And I want to thank all of our patrons for the support that they've given us thus far. And ultimately, this is about literally waking everybody up. Waking everybody up. You're not meant to be asleep. You're not meant to be led around by the nose. You're meant to be in direct alignment to the source that is beating your heart right now and receiving guidance and inspiration from it, and or from the ascended ones that are around us all the time, your guardian angels, these beings that understand principles of light and love better than most humans do. So the meditation process will be really simple. We'll get into it in a few minutes. We're going to take a few questions. Hello, Robin. Question: will this meditation help help clear? Yes, it will. Absolutely. You see, Robin, I can put water in a pot on the stove. Any one of you can do this. You can put water on this pot, in a pot on the stove, and you turn that stove on. And the water, after a few minutes, when you put the temperature up high enough, remember the temperature's got to be increased till the water reaches this condition called boiling point. And then it begins to bubble and it begins to transform from being solid water into being a vapor. It becomes invisible. The visible made visible. But true, the same as in reverse, you can also make the invisible visible. So these higher frequencies of energy, when you start to allow them in consciously, and there's no resistance in your mind or body to experiencing them from where they're being transmitted. In this case, a lot of them being transmitted from the sun, the other solar bodies, and the galactic center, and a few other planetary systems that are outside of the scope of the human realm that are also generating frequencies in this direction as well. So when you are able to release your resistance in mind and body to these higher frequencies, they will literally alter the consciousness of your mind and body in a very different way. And I can't tell you, they're just saying trust in the feeling that you will have, not in what we will say or what he will say, but trust in the feeling of your experience. Your experience is your greatest and only teacher. Your experience is your greatest and only teacher. And not simply the experiences of your senses, but the experiences of what you call the mystical, the wondrous, the transcendent. But if you relinquish your attachment to mind and body long enough to allow them to be receptive to your awareness, these energies will alter lower chakra vibrational energies. The minute you bring a higher frequency into the body, it begins to change it, provided there's no resistance. Someone can offer you a gift and you can say, I don't want the gift, right? If your body and mind have resistance, that's like that. It says, oh, I'm not receiving. You want to get your mind and your body into the receptive place of feeling these higher vibrational ascension energies. They will be particularly strong over the next week. So be prepared to open and integrate. Align your attention, your awareness to these physical bodies that you call the sun, the physical bodies of these planets, the physical body that you call the galactic center. These are the generating points in physical space and time from which these energies are being transmitted to you and many others, of course. So yes, you can raise your low vibrational energies very, very quickly. Great question. Oh, wonderful. Hello. Okay, live. Bring that up. There we go. Question from Jana. Are there specific supplements to soften the physical upgrades, side effects? Thank you very much. Just increase your water intake. increase your water intake, because as these higher vibrational energies come into the body and mind, the etheric body, the mind, it vibrates at a higher frequency. The body vibration vibrates at a higher frequency. And so, yeah, you want to be able to let those energies to get integrated. But supplements, not supplements, more so water. Oh, pardon me, they're telling me copper, zinc, iron, those metals that you call most conductive to electrical energies. These are the elements that you wish to bring into your body in greater measure. These elements of metals, of copper, of the irons, of the zincs, the metals are very important, for they are great conductors of the higher frequency energies. I'm hearing also colloidal gold is another good one. Colloidal gold, colloidal silver is good for integrating these energies. Yes, anything that's more conductive in nature. Sorry, they told me, but you don't have to wear a tinfoil hat. You don't have to wear a tinfoil hat for that. Oh, hi, Terry. Terry, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate that. The other way you can support this channel is you can use the super chat feature in here. You'll get your question prioritized, and I don't have to look around so much. Question from Tanya. Can I get a message? I've been feeling emotional, angry, then happy, then sad. Tanya, this is part of that process. These higher, if there is resistance in your mind and body to these higher ascension energies, you're going to feel fatigued. If you've got resistances, conscious or unconscious, you're going to feel fatigued. So allow yourself the time to relax your body. I mean, right now, while we're doing it, relax your body. Use your breathing. Get the body relaxed. Get it still. Get it quiet. Train the body to simply be an open vessel for you to work with, so that you can bring these higher ascension energies in deliberately. The second thing that you can do is to get the thought mechanism quiet. When you start to get your thoughts quieter, get the images, memories, stuff in your mind, and you can get them to be still and quiet. Now the mind will have no resistance. And those polarities of happiness and sadness and impatience and anger, those negative emotional energies lose their effect on you when the body and mind are still in quiet. Those emotions cannot function. And of course, then you have to train the mind and body to continually not go there, because that happens to a lot of people. They breathe, they get their body quiet, and then the mind starts thinking, and then they try to get their mind quiet, and suddenly the body starts getting, and you're literally gonna have to, it's gonna be like a little child, your mind and body. You have to retrain it to sit still, quietly, and receptively. And you have to literally teach it to be that. Teach it to be that. Well, thank you for that donation, Drusilla. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So that process of getting your mind and your body open and receptive, but through your awareness. So you're aware that you've made your body quiet and your mind quiet, and you're keeping them still, and you're just letting them relax and be receptive. Once your body and mind are open and receptive, once that process happens, you can move your awareness anywhere in space-time. In this case, we're going to have you align your awareness to the energies of the sun, the physical sun in time space. We're going to have you move your awareness up near the sun and just feel the energy from it as awareness, and not to let your mind try and define the color of the sun or whether it's hot or cold. I mean, those things your body will respond to, but allow yourself to just feel the vibrational energy with your awareness. Don't try to analyze, just feel the energy the sun is giving back to us right now. Because remember, the sun is responding to collective emotional influences by our human collective. That's what's going on right now. The human collective consciousness and unconsciousness is affecting time-space. And most humans don't know this, that we affect time and space by the quality of our emotions. Whether we're living in fear or living in love, we are affecting matter with emotional energy all the time. Emotion organizes matter. Please remember that. Emotion organizes matter. Just going to scroll up here for a second here. Yes. Where are you? Where are you, darling? Wow, great questions. Question from Terry. Should I rent a house with a friend who has advanced Parkinson's and be her caretaker? Oh. So this one does not know how to get out of her body. I understand. Okay, what they're saying to me is you, this one that has advanced Parkinson's, she needs to make a decision. She needs to decide to remember. She needs to decide to forget. She needs to learn to let go of her attachment to what she thinks is so vastly important that she's forgetting who she is, literally. And she is not who she thinks she is. The awareness that she is so much more, as it is true for all of you, that you are so much more than your thoughts would indicate you. You are so much more than your emotions would indicate you. You are so much more than that body defines you as being. Please understand this. But this one, this process of teaching her to get her body still, to get her mind quiet, to realize that she is a soul, that she is unbound awareness. She is not the sum total of the thoughts that she has acquired in that physical lifetime. If you choose to wake up from what you have been sleeping in as a personality, you might recognize that your personality is very small, comparatively speaking, to what you are. And that could be a bit of shock for some of you to realize that those personalities that you think are so valuable are really very small. You, on the other hand, beautiful soul, you, on the other hand, are so vast and limitless in your scope of perception and creation, but you must let go of those limiting factors such as personality so that you can articulate more of who you are into matter, time, and space without the limits that have been bridled into your mind. And that is exactly what has happened. Limits have been placed in your mind that are not even yours, and you still believe them. Question from Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for that. 1111. That's perfect. Thank you, Carolyn. I really appreciate that. Question from Daniela. I look forward to start working on my creative work. I will work outside in partial sun. Does this increase my creativity? Again, if you are aware, if you are caught up in the body's process of experiencing the sun, is very different, because the conditions of matter are subjective to the conditions of higher frequencies of energy. Understand, when you can get your body to a state of love and joy, it will receive these energies very differently. The heat of the sun will affect it very differently. Even the things that you call chemicals and toxins and poisons will affect your body very differently when you're in a different perspective of consciousness with it. Even those things that can harm you can have no effect on you at all if your vibrational alignment is beyond the scope of that frequency. Many have tried to kill many ascended masters throughout the history with poisons and toxins and failed, not because poisons and toxins were ineffective, but that the consciousness of the individual being affected by them was much higher in range and frequency than the lower vibrational effects of that chemistry, and so there was no effect in appearance on that physical body. Very fascinating. So yes, you can allow that, release the feel the resistance to the sun. Feel no resistance to it. Feel no resistance to it. Again, we're going to be doing a meditation in about 4 minutes. So you get a chance to just experience getting the body, getting the mind into a non-resistant state for your awareness to then begin to integrate these higher energies into the body. And you don't need to be directly in the sunshine. You can do it right in an enclosed room, because your awareness is not bound by time and space. And the quality of your awareness affects the quality of your mind and the quality of your body. Just as your mind is affected by information put into it from the world around it, and the quality of your body is affected by information put into the mind from the world around it. That's why you've got to you got to remake your house in your image and likeness. So important. But you don't have to be directly, because your awareness, you can move your awareness to the sun and allow the awareness that you are interacting with the awareness and the energy of the sun. You'll experience something very different than what you do, just the vibrational frequency of heat that your body perceives from it, right? Which is a higher vibrational energy. Ultraviolet radiation is a higher frequency of energy. It's a higher frequency of energy. It's not a lower frequency, it's a higher frequency. But we have to train the body to integrate those energies. And in order to do that, you have to train your mind. In order to do that, you have to become aware that you aren't your mind. Thank you for that question, Daniela. So we're going to begin in just a moment. We're going to take one more question here. Question from Avio. Are herbal teas equivalent to water? It depends upon the type of tea. I use a organic green tea that has only naturally occurring elements in it. It doesn't have pesticides or herbicides or any of those things. And choosing natural teas, there are some teas that will be very conducive for you, like rosehip is a very high frequency tea. Rosehip for you. Anything else for this one? The natural teas made by yourself from the actual leaves of things like mint and spearmint, these types of teas will be very beneficial for you. If you feel inclined to buy teas from the store, we encourage you to go to find the natural elements in nature and use them for your teas. You'll find, especially those three, spearmint and peppermint and rosehip, for you will be very interesting in terms of getting your body to align to a higher frequency with that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Question from Vardiba. Thank you for that, Vardiba. Is the vortex of energy that I feel in the center of my body as a result of a blockage in some of my chakras? Please and thank you. The vortex is there because it's seeking liberation. It's seeking to be brought down and anchored. When you are aware of that vortex, go out, get your feet on the ground, align your awareness to that vortex, and allow the vortex of energy to go down through your body into the ground. Allow the heaven to come to earth. Allow them to integrate. Again, once you have released resistance, that's not going to be a problem. When you are awake and aware, your mind and body are under your dominion. Right now, most people's minds are not under their own dominion. Most people's minds are controlled by television, radio, politicians, doctors, priests, ministers. Right? Very few humans are controlling their own mind, which is why this massive shift is happening planetarily, because so many people are caught up in the illusion of fear that's been perpetuated, that people have lost their mind to others and are now running around their mind being willy-nilly whatever everyone else wants to put it. No, you need to get your mind and your body underneath your awareness so that you are directing it. It is not being directed for you by anybody on this dimension. You can turn your attention to high. I'll listen to Master Jesus. I'll listen to Master Buddha. I'll listen to Lao Tzu. Right? I'll even listen to my former mentors. I know their vibrational qualities, their intentions. And I'm open to learning from those who are based in love. I do not listen to those who come from fear. Those who are coming from fear tend to be governed by it. And it's really sad, what's happening on this planet today. That most humans don't even have their own mind. Although they have their own mind, they don't know it. Yes, Aristotle was just talking to me, saying something about there are those who know not. And there's those who know and know not that they know not. There's different levels of awareness. Thank you. Thank you, Animo. Question. How can I use the incoming energies to heal and release ancestral karma? Once you're allowing these higher ascension energies in, you don't have to regulate. Once I put that pot of water on the stove and I turn the heat on, I don't have to regulate when the water's going to boil. I just got to make sure I put the temperature up right and allow the temperature to do it. So once you're aware of those vibrational energies coming in, then you'll know if they're higher or low vibration. If they're higher vibrational, you're going to feel more joy. You're going to feel more open, more expanded. If they're lower vibrational energies, you're going to feel your body contracting, getting irritated, your mind getting in the way. Make sure you can repeatedly get your mind to be still and quiet. Repeatedly get your body to be relaxed and receptive to your awareness. Let nothing in this world interfere with the process so that you come home and start to run your mansion again. And then when you're feeling those higher ascension energies coming in from the sun or coming in from the galactic center or coming in from some of the other planets, and you start allowing yourself to feel those energies, you'll know what you're feeling. You'll know. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. Because there's no resistance to it, and it starts to literally reorganize the conditions of your body at a subatomic molecular level, because that's where change begins. Emotion begins to first affect small particles, and then it increases as that energy is focused on. So these higher vibrational energies, you keep your attention on them. By very nature of keeping your attention on them, you're allowing them to flow into you and through you. You allow them to flow through you. So you want to keep your attention on them and just monitor. As awareness, you can monitor how the body's feeling, how the mind is getting quieter or stiller or feeling more joy. You'll start to experience that. That's just what happens. And you don't have to do anything with higher energy. Let them come in. Let them organize. If you want to learn how to become a mechanic, you go to a professional master mechanic. If you want to learn to do brain surgery, you go to somebody who's an expert in brain surgery, and you learn from them. Well, I go to God. When I want to know something beyond what my human self knows, I turn to this higher energy. I said, show me. And it will show you. And I've learned to listen to higher vibrational beings, and you must learn to do that. Many of you, I know, listening to your archangels, your guides, they're higher vibrational beings. You can trust that. Right now, we're on a planet full of very low vibrational beings. And most of them aren't even aware they're low vibrational beings because they've been manipulated into being low vibrational beings. Because they've been tricked by fear and doubt and guilt and shame. It's terrible. And we need to release that. So you don't have to do anything. Once you're aware of the energy, just allow it to come in. I promise you, as that higher vibrational energy comes in, when joy comes in, you don't want to resist joy. When fear comes in, you want to let it go. Let it go. Pay it no attention. Your mind and body will try and capture you. This paradigm of fear is trying to hold people's minds in fear. And when you begin to let it go, get your body relaxed and open, get your mind still and quiet, then you as awareness can then move to these levels of energy. The energy coming at us from the sun, from the central sun of the galaxy, even from the core of Gaia. There are energies being transmitted to humans that are part of this ascension process. And in this coming week, they're going to really get intense. So you really want to take this opportunity to allow the integration to happen. Open your awareness up to joy, to love, to peace, to compassion. Start opening your conscious awareness to that, and allow your awareness of that to affect your mind and body. Because when you're allowing a vibration of love and joy to be interacting with your awareness, then what you're going to bring into your body, how your body will be affected by that, will be significantly different than when you're allowing your mind and body to be affected by fear and anger. They're very different energies, completely different. They affect time and space very differently. What's really sad too is most of the people living in fear think their living in fear is real. They believe their fear is more real than love. And they're so trapped in it, they cling to that as being the only thing that feels real to them. Their fear is the only real thing to them. Now it's sad. It's sad for them. I feel for them. That's no way to live your life in fear. You weren't born in fear. You weren't born in sin. You were born in and of love. You were born in and of love. That's your nature. Anyway, let's carry on here, folks. We're going to get to this. Yes. So remember that. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's get into this meditation. It's going to be very simple. We don't like complex. They've reduced complex. If it's not simple, they won't do it. You can always tell when people are seeking to confuse you because they add a level of complexity to something that is ridiculously simple. And we already know that when you take a breath, the very act of your breathing is an act of your divine assertion of your awareness over matter, your ability to control matter when you breathe your body, right? To deliberately do that, that's an assertion of your will, your consciousness, your awareness over the matter you call your body. That's a profound act. That's an act of the divine. Just as the divine is in there beating your heart 72 times a minute, it's doing that willfully. It's willing that to happen. You're not even aware that it's doing that, but you're aware that it's happening. You're aware of the effect. But if you were to go back to the source that's causing that effect, oh my God, you would just be so blown away. So getting to that place where you are willing to let go of the body, to simply just let it relax, to let it be still, to let it be calm, And you can do this with your breath. You start with your breath. Do it right now. Take a deep breath. And feel what the body feels when you let it exhale. When you take your breath in, notice how the body feels when you assert your breath. And when you exhale, how does your body feel when you do that? It starts to remember that you can take care of it. It starts to remember you're present with it. It starts to remember you instead of the world as its authority. You are the master of that temple. So breathe deeply and slowly. Breathe deeply and slowly. Deliberately. Hold your breath. You're asserting authority over that body. And as you exhale, you're allowing that body to let go, to relax, to turn loose. And continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Feel how the body responds as you inhale and exhale. Allow and give permission to the muscles in the body to relax. As you exhale, give permission to all the muscles in your body to relax. The muscles in your face. As you breathe and exhale, give the muscles in your face permission to relax. As you breathe and exhale, give all the muscles in your neck, shoulder, and arms permission to relax. Your breath gives them permission to release, to let go, to become receptive to your awareness. And breathe deeply again. And as you exhale, allow all the muscles in the chest and back to relax. Giving your body complete permission to relax, to let go, to turn loose, to become receptive to your awareness. And breathe deeply again. Each breath allows you to deliberately relax the muscles as you exhale. Allowing all the muscles in the legs, pelvis, and feet to relax as you exhale. Using your breath to give your body permission to relax, to turn loose, to let go, to become receptive to your awareness. If your body attempts to become active again, simply breathe and ask it to go deeper, to let go more for you. Give it permission to completely let go, to become open and receptive to your awareness. Now move your awareness into that place, that invisible space of thought, of memory, of considerations about what may come, what has been. Just allow your awareness to become aware of what is in your mind at this time. Thoughts, memories, images, conscious, unconscious. Be aware of what is there. Be aware of the flow of thought there. Now use your breath to breathe into your thoughts. Breathe into your thoughts. And as you exhale, give all those thoughts permission to become still, quiet, and receptive to your awareness. And breathe deeply into your thoughts, images, memories. Breathe deeply into them. And as you exhale, give all those thoughts permission to become still, quiet, calm, and receptive to your awareness. And breathe deeply again. And as you exhale, allow your mind and body to go deeper into stillness as you exhale. Let them both go deeply into stillness, quietness, peacefulness as you exhale, allowing your awareness to observe the silence as your mind and body become receptive to your awareness. If there's any persistent action in your mind or body, simply use the assertion of your breath. Breathing in and releasing all the activity of mind and body. Your breath releases mind and body into stillness. Be aware of what you experience as awareness, as your mind and body become quiet, calm, open, and receptive to your awareness. And just allow yourself to experience what you feel as awareness with a body and mind that are quiet, open, and receptive to your awareness. Just feel how it feels, how you experience your mind and body, quiet, calm, open, and receptive to your awareness. Just experience that. And then take one more deep breath and give your mind and body permission to go even deeper into that stillness as you exhale. Now very, very gently turn your awareness to the physical space and time that you call the sun. Just move your awareness close to the space and time of the physical organism you call the sun. And just allow your awareness to experience the vibration of the energy of what you call the sun as you perceive it at this time. So allow your awareness to receive the vibration you experience from the physical sun. Use the breath of your body to sun into the body. Use the body to draw the vibrations you are sensing with your awareness from the sun in your body. Draw them right into the center of every cell of your body. You may repeat the breath. Draw more of this energy into the cells of the body. Feel how the body responds as you draw this energy in. And then again, allow your awareness to get a little closer to the energy of the sun. Move closer to the energy of that organism you call the sun. Allow yourself to experience the vibration as you do at this time. Now use the breath of the body to draw this awareness into the body. Using your breath to draw the awareness of this energy down into your body. Draw it deep into the center of every cell in that body. Draw it deep into the marrow of your bones. As you breathe it in, let it permeate and penetrate every organ, nerve, and gland. Allow them to receive it with your breath. And just be aware of how you sense or experience the body shifting or changing as you draw these energies in. Become aware of how the space around your body feels. Be aware of how you perceive the space around the body with your awareness now. If there are any spaces in your body that did not receive that energy from the sun, move your awareness back to the sun. Use your breath to draw that energy from the sun into any part, molecule, or facet of the body that did not receive the energy. And now just take a minute to just experience the change in energy of your body as a result of what you've just done. Just be aware of the change in the energy as you experience it now. And when you open the eyes on that physical body, be aware of how you feel looking out through the eyes of that body. Notice the difference of what you see, what you feel. Bring yourself back with all of this energy. So in this coming week, we encourage you, when you feel those moments of fatigue, to allow the body to be resistanceless, to get it into that state of non-resistance, to get your mind into that state of openness, to liberate your awareness to move and experience and integrate these higher frequencies of energy that are being offered to all of you in physical form at this time. Thank you. Wow. Where are we? Okay. So just leave your comments about what you've experienced during this short process. That's as easy as they can make it for us. To move your awareness outside of what you know to a higher frequency of energy. And the sun produces a broader range of higher frequency energies than anything that humankind can currently do. There are levels of and dimensions of energy the sun transmits that would alter and change your DNA much more rapidly if you knew how to access them. And this is the first step in beginning to do that, to liberate your body and mind from its confinement to this world. That doesn't mean to leave the world. It means to liberate your body and mind from being confined by the beliefs of this world. And when you liberate yourself from the confinement and confining beliefs, you can experience a different awareness of what you are that will let you think, say, and do things very differently than what you've been taught will ever allow you to. And so we encourage you in the coming week, when you find these higher energies as they begin to engage with your planet and your consciousness in the late afternoon of tomorrow, you will find wonderful things can open up to you as a soul, and that only you as a soul can open up new and wonderful things to your mind and to your body and to this beautiful world that has been so manifested for you to experience and enjoy. If you believe that there is no invisible world, then you are sorely in doubt, for there is an invisible substance in the air that you breathe. You can't even see the air you breathe, but it keeps you alive. The invisible gives life to the visible. Remember that. And your thought, and any thought, is invisible to your senses, but it is not invisible to who you are. And so it becomes very important to be mindful of the nature of thought and the nature of thoughts that are offered to you as a gift. For anytime you turn on a radio or a television, or anytime you listen to someone, you are aligning yourself to those thoughts, and those thoughts have specific effects upon matter. You know, when you're very happy, there's very specific thoughts that affect your matter very differently. The way you experience your body in a state of joy is very different than the way you experience your body in a state of sorrow, and yet you can change the sorrow into joy and the joy into sorrow at your command, at your will. You do it all the time, mostly unconsciously. It is much better to be conscious of this fact. Thank you so much. Yes, please. Yes, please share your experiences with the meditation. It encourages others. And even after the video is posted, please remember, share your comments, leave your questions. Please give the video a thumbs up. I'm trying to get my channel up to 2,000 subscribers. So if you know anybody else, get them to come to this channel, watch some of the videos. People that you know that want to change their lives. They're tired of living in fear. They're tired of being governed by the ignorant. And by ignorant, we mean people that do not know that there's something true to the idea that thought and emotion organizes matter. Most people don't get that. But it's obvious to us, or our whole collective species have been programmed, or they've tried to program us, for the most part, to live in a state of fear for the last 2 years, to be very afraid of everything, even the air you breathe. It's been going on for 2 years. And you're now going to start to see geoelectric, geomagnetic, geophysical, and geological things changing. We are affecting the planet with our emotions more than we are affecting the planet with our technology, although our technology isn't a manifestation of our emotions. And if we're creating, because we're creating mechanisms out of fear, we'll create mechanisms of war. Create mechanisms of war, we create mechanisms of death. So mechanisms of love and mechanisms of fear are very different, right? Technology based on love is very different than technology based in fear. But we're such a young species, they tell me. We're a very young species. Yeah, we'll do a few more questions, then we'll call it a wonderful day. Yeah, I felt something through that too. Question from Farhidiba. Please, could you ask who gave me the idea to shift my focus in terms of work income, and whether they have any suggestions regarding this? Thank you. The name that's coming to my mind is Dr. Joseph Murphy, trying to inspire you to shift your awareness of thought for income. Yes. There's a very powerful book he wrote called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I recommend that you get that book. Dr. Joseph Murphy. Yes. Once you start to change your thoughts deliberately and intentionally, and then you learn to change your emotions deliberately, your world will change. Most people depend upon the world to give them their thoughts. Most people can't think independent of what they're told to think. It's sad. We have such great potential. And people keep praying for God to, God said, he said, why do people keep coming to me to solve problems that they can solve? You are my hands. God says this. We are its hands. We are its hands. And we're just not using our hands or our heads properly. Everyone talks to God whether you know or not. He hears everything. Well, although I do not know the meaning of that term, Edgar, but somebody is saying to me, there is a cycle of breathing that you are learning to master. A cycle of breathing you are learning to master that will assist this. That cycle, they just keep saying it's that cycle of breathing that you're learning to master. I don't know what that means, Edgar, but there's a cycle of breathing that you're learning to master that will assist in this integration. Yes, bridging the higher, the lower, and the in-between. This will be very easy. Bridging the lower, the higher, with the in-between. This will be very easy. But the breath, they're stressing the breath. There's a breathing process that you need to do. That apparently you're learning it already from what they're saying. Thank you for that, Edgar. Really appreciate it. Got time for 2 more questions. Vertical's asking, golden plasma passed right before my chest yesterday night. Was my light consciousness? It's again integration. You are your light consciousness. It's not something that is separate from you, but there are certainly energies that will nurture your greater awareness of self. Just as you need a baby in this world that has to eat liquids and solids to nurture the body, your soul requires a different form of nourishment, which is energy, which is light, which is love. Your soul can be nourished with the opposite, which would cause you suffering. If you are suffering, you are not nourishing your mind or your thoughts, your body with the right substances. Cool. Thank you. Yes. I like that. Somebody made a comment here from Ruth. God breathes us with love, and it is so true. When you deliver, you're acting. He's given us. It's given us permission to do this. But they've even taught people to be afraid of the air, afraid to breathe. That's terrifying. Ridiculous. Be afraid of the air that keeps you alive. You know, most of the people that are getting sick are people that have very poor health regimes, very, very poor thought regimes, very poor emotional regimes. Right? It's unfortunate. But it's the way it works. Energy causes what energy causes. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Edgar. Thank you for the question. Really appreciate it. Well, no. Guys, it's been a great day. Yeah, I want to thank the Divine Collective for coming in. Again, we do not want things to be unnecessarily complex. They were never created nor designed to be unnecessarily complex. The simple truth that what you think is what shall be eternally remains true in this realm that you exist in. Eternally remains true in this realm that you exist in. We encourage you to integrate these higher frequencies of energies in the coming week so that you will liberate yourself from the confines of what the world has taught you to think you are supposed to be and rediscover the limitlessness that is who you are. You are not meant to be bound by fear nor anger. These are not what you are. They are simply anchors of consciousness that keep you bound to limited experiences of yourself, whereas the vibrations of love and peace give you a very different experience of what you are. And you cannot get rid of one to find the other. You simply have to pay attention to one or the other, and you will have it thusly. I want to wish everybody a wonderful, joyful day. I want to thank you all for your super chat donations. Really appreciate that. And again, you can become a member of our Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. The links are links across any of my videos. And again, thank you for showing up today. Thank you for your time, your space, your energy, your focus. And have fun this week integrating these energies, because it's going to get really, really cool if you can allow that. There's so much more inspiration and wisdom and knowledge that comes from what you don't know. And this getting into this realm of what you don't know is what's going to free you from what you do know. Your suffering is what you do know. Your not suffering is what you don't know. Learn to get in alignment with what you don't know. There's a lot more available to you from what you don't know than what you do know. I know nothing. It's a very good place to be. Have a wonderful, joyful weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Bye.